Jensen on 1150 AM, 1017 FM, WDEL.
I think that was a not too surreptitious audio clue as to something that's coming up in just a second here. Yeah, we got to talk about the child tax credit and Joe. Our own Joe. He was on with George Snuffleupagus just the other day talking about Dog Major Wright, who bit a Secret Service agent. And anyway, Joe made a lot of excuses for him, and he didn't really want to talk about the border. As a matter of fact, thanks to our good friend, producer Randy, we have a bit of a synopsis here for you of Joe's interview with George Stephanopoulos on ABC. Joe?
Windy out here.
Hey, it's getting noisy over there.
Why, yo, windy and the horns are honk if you like me. Hey, that was a suggestion by Jerry. I like when the listeners participate. Hey, I did an interview on ABC with George Stephanopoulos. No, not Stephanopoulos. Papazittalis. Not Papa Ziddle. Papa Pop, Corn Pop. Yeah, it's ABC.
Yeah.
Eggs on ABC. Yeah, George asked about Major. I told him Major really didn't bite anyone. Didn't break the skin. Just like when Bill Clinton said he didn't inhale. The same thing from two different dogs.
Dogs.
Hey, get that? I
got that. Two different dogs. Got that. Yeah.
I told George the Major was not sent home because he bit a Secret Service agent. It was an already planned trip. That's why he went home unannounced in a special caravan and presidential limo, unannounced with the Secret Service because it was planned already, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Besides, 85% of the White House staff still love the dog. 10% are scared as hell by the growling monster. 5% come from countries where they eat dogs.
Oh, no, you didn't say that.
Wait. Did I say that? I didn't say that for you. So whether you call me a liar?
You said that.
You're a liar if you say I said that.
Okay.
Sue you. So Major. Thanks. There's Duke Boys. So Major is in a Delaware re-education camp where he can be really calm as he's being taught to identify as a cat. A fat, lazy cat doesn't hate the cops. Wait. I didn't say that about the cops. I never said that. If you say I did, I'll call you a liar.
I thought you said that.
You're a liar anyway.
Okay.
What were we talking about? It's time to take questions. Wait. There was something about the border. Run for the border, right? Taco Bell. All right, I got to run for the border at the Taco Bell. All right, I gotta go now. I'll see you later.
All right, thank you, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, President Joe, update on his interview with George Stephanopoulos, Snuffleupagus, Cornpopoulos, whatever, Lapoulos, Well done, Randy. Good.
Thank you. I just read what's written.
You know, you did yeah, but people don't realize the control board's like I just say like it's like a 747, but it's more like the Boeing 737. Parts keep falling off, and you got to keep running that thing with all the sound effects and stuff. Good job. It's good stuff. Let's see. In fact, producer Randy, you're the one who asked about the child tax credit.
I did.
You and a buddy of yours were arguing about this, right?
Well, we were agreeing with each other. We were blown away by how they're calling this a tax credit. Now, it's my understanding, let's say someone earns, let's just make the math easy, $40,000 a year, and let's say the tax rate's $25,000, so you would pay $10,000 a year in taxes. And then if there's a tax credit for a child, say it's $3,000, wouldn't they take $3,000 off your 40 and base your income at $37,000, right?
Well, that's the way it used to work there, Randy.
Okay.
All right, boys and girls, you don't want sock puppets, do you?
I wanted you to act that was sock puppets, but I think Steve and I, we figured, he's a carpenter, and we sat there and we drank 87 Victory Brewing beers.
You did not.
and shots of tequila, and we figured it out.
And that's how you figured it out. So you had to dumb it down a bit to understand how this thing works.
We did, but
right.
They're calling it a tax credit, and they raised it to $3,600. But then I'm hearing they're going to send out monthly checks to people.
Yes, exactly.
Like that's not a tax credit. You need that's the people that never even earned the money, and you're like a tax credit means you subtract it from people who earned it. This just sounds like expanded welfare.
Randy?
Oh, is this?
Hi. This is the original $2,000 tax credit sock puppet.
Hi, $2,000 original tax credit puppet.
Just call me 2K.
Okay, 2K.
2K.
And I'm the $3,600 or $3,000 tax credit sock puppet. Just call me 3K.
Okay, 3K. Or you sound like you identify as a male puppet. Sock.
Not necessarily.
You're a tube sock.
You call me Barbara 3K.
Now, so the original tax credit was you can claim a tax credit up to $2,000 for every child under 17 who is a citizen. That's kind of important. The credit is reduced based upon how much you make. If you make a lot of money, it gets reduced. Here's the thing. If your taxes are less than $2,000, then you get some money back. Okay?
Or less than...
So, if the credit exceeds the taxes owed, you can get up to $1,400 of the balance as a refund.
Is this a new thing, or this is the kind of thing it was
That's
pre-COVID?
the original one.
Okay.
Are you confused?
I'm confused. Let's say you...
So am I. I'm a puppet, you idiot. Why should I understand this stuff? I'm a stinking puppet. I'm a sock puppet. I'm not even a real puppet. I'm just a stupid tube sock that's talking with a magic marker that says 2K on it.
Well, 2K. So back...
I'm done.
Pre-COVID 2K.
Okay, so pre-COVID, Randy. I think 2K may have gotten something real wrong there, but remember, she's just a puppet. Okay, so anyway, if the tax credit exceeds the taxes owed, then you can get up to $1,400. So that's pretty simple, right there, right?
No, are you
get
talking,
a refund?
So yeah, but. Do you need to actually work and pay taxes back let's say pre-COVID?
Yes.
Did you need to actually work to get the tax credit?
Yes.
You had to earn money. You had to go out.
You have to pay taxes.
You had to go out, install drywall, make $10 an hour, take home $7 because you're giving $3 every hour to pay for people that don't want to work. And then you would get it back because you had children because you didn't have a condom. And then but that's fine. That's fine. I'm always for some form of paying less taxes for anyone that works.
However, starting in 2018, there was a $500 credit for dependents who are not eligible for the $2,000. I know. It makes it more complicated.
Let's say you don't work.
The bottom line is this, Randy. The bottom line is this. It's a tax credit. You pay taxes, and you can subtract that $2,000 from the amount that you owe.
I'm fine with that, yes.
Right. Now, if the tax credit exceeds, if it is more, if that $2,000 is more than you owe, let's say that, whatever, you owe like $600, you can get $1,400 back. Yes, it did. Now, here's the new one, by the way, and it's very different.
You never got back more than you already paid in, right? Back in the day.
It depends how good your accountant is. Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Basically, what it is, it's the government saying, you're paying so much more in taxes now than historically because we want more money from you to run our government, that we realize that you're struggling and suffering. Mom and dad both have to work to pay all the bills. And so we're going to throw you a couple bucks here after you pay your taxes. So, yeah, you get the tax credit, but you could get some money back.
So now the new one says if you're under 6, you get $3,600 per child, and they're calling it a tax credit. But I'm under the impression you could be on welfare and you're still getting the $3,600. So that's not a tax credit. That's just more welfare.
Randy?
Yes?
You're not understanding. This is 3K, the sock puppet.
Okay, 3K.
2K was just an unintelligent tube sock. I, on the other hand, have a heel. I'm a more advanced sock, and so a more advanced tax credit. I don't want to talk like that anymore. I'm done. So I just don't. It's actually putting a strain on my neck muscles. So yeah, you're right. $3,600 if the kid's under 6, $3,000 if not. Now the American Rescue Plan, from which we will need further rescue, and that means your taxes will go up and interest rates will go up and all kind of stuff to pay for this. They overhauled the whole child tax credit thing. It's been completely overhauled. Okay, that other one where there was really a tax credit. That's old tax credits. New tax credits are checks that you get. All right? So, and by the way, more low-income households get money too, because you're right. The last one was based mostly upon taxes. And you had a lot of folks in the middle class who were able to get this kind of thing. So now they figure more than like 4 million more kids will have money in the household, whatever they decide to spend it on. But it's true. Instead of just getting the tax credits, this includes monthly cash payments. In other words, a check for like $300 a month, for example, which still doesn't pay for child care, which people have to pay for because the government is charging so much in taxes anyway.
Yeah, but if you're not
maybe
working,
they could just raise the taxes and then give you like so-called quote unquote wink wink nudge nudge free child care.
Well, why would you need child care if you don't have a job? Your job should be taking care of your child. You ain't got nothing else to do all day.
Okay, I should not have brought that up to confuse you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not part of it, you know. So the thing is, in the past, families who owed little or no income taxes were indeed eligible for like $1,400 per kid, rather than the $2,000 for the middle class. Okay, so you could get you could get paid $1,400 to have a baby. Now, it's really not worth it to go have a baby for the $1,400 because you need a lot more than that to actually raise a kid. So, this one, they're actually going to write you checks. And some people are saying, oh, well, this is kind of like that, who's the guy? The guy, Democrat running for president, who out of Silicon Valley, and he said everybody should get $1,000 a month. Everybody, even millionaires and billionaires, because nobody should be left out.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate that. This is kind of like that, only on a short-term basis and more money. Well, no, he said $1,000 a month. This would be like $300 a month. Less money.
I have a calculator with me. Now, let's say, we're getting the checks for 14 per adult. So let's say mommy and daddy are actually living together for once, and they get $2,800, okay? Right? Yeah, and then now they're going to get, say they have 8 kids. My mom's from a family of 12. So it's not unheard of. So let's say 4 of them are 6 or under, and 4 of them are 17, between 7 and 17. So you get $3,000 for the ones that are over 6 but below 17, and you get $3,600 for the ones that. Wow,
you're really doing some math here. And do you have the numbers right there in front of you?
So the $2,800 plus the $14,400 for the 4 that are very young, plus the $12,000 for the ones that are over 7 years old. So that's 12,000 plus. Okay, then the grand. So you're getting $29,200 a year in money. And
if indeed it runs for the whole year, but now divide that by 2. Because the monthly payments will run from July through December, 6 months of this year.
Well, it's like $15,000 a year.
Yeah.
Just shy of $15,000. $15,000, whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
Why did you say divide by 2? What was the reasoning?
Because the monthly payments will run only from July through December of this year, and then the other half of the CTC, the child tax credit, will be paid when people file their tax returns. So you're right. Basically, you get 6 months right away, and then the rest after the tax refund the next year. So it's not exactly a year, but yeah, you're right. Your original number's right. It's just only 6 months of that the first year, this year.
And there's rumor they want to make this a permanent thing, but
heck yeah, it's like I said, it's the Andrew Yang thing, and $300 a month. Oh, please, that's just the starter. How about $1,000 a month? How about $2,000 a month?
What if you were already collecting welfare on top of this $29,200 a year worth of additional new money that they just invented to give away out of the printed $2 trillion they just made?
So, bank it, baby.
So you could be making like $50,000 a year, never working ever, and a free house, and a free smartphone, and free food, and everything free. And then I go out and work, and I probably, whatever. Let's say I make the same. Well, you're a fool. But I work. That's stupid. Dude, I'm an idiot for working.
You are, and you need to pay more attention to who you're voting for. Vote for those people that are giving you free stuff. Remember the words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was all for unions in the private sector, but he was against the public sector unions. And why is that? He cautioned people. He said, be careful now. If you have these unions wherein people will vote for stuff that they want, then that's what's going to happen. You're just going to get people in there who are going to give stuff to people because they're voting for him. FDR, the proud liberal Democrat, and that's exactly what's going to be happening here. People say, well, I'm voting for these people like Andrew Yang because they're going to give me stuff.
It's ambition remover is what it is. Why would you have any ambition to get up and work if you're going to go work and maybe make less than other people?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who are sitting home watching Seinfeld on Netflix.
And you say this like it's a bad thing.
I just feel like a fool because I wake up at 5:45 every morning. I can't stand waking up that early. All I want to do is I would give $1 million to go back to bed every morning. I just sit there and
do you have $1 million?
I don't, so I can't give myself.
Well, keep voting for liberal Democrats, and you will. Over the course of your life, they'll be giving it to you for the votes.
And that's to come to a radio job, which I do, which I can make way more money cutting grass or doing construction. But I do this because I want, it's a big picture. It's chess, not checkers.
You love it. You love doing this.
And I want to be a big famous guy, syndicated. But, then I'm going to leave here. That's not going to happen. Gee, thanks. So then I leave here, and then I go cut grass until dark every night, where I trim around a tree trunk, and bees come out, like 80,000 bees come out of the tree trunk and sting me, and I have to rip my clothes off and run naked to my truck with my doodads, and then the people point and laugh. Look at him.
By the way, I've done that. Although the bees are on the ground, and after a hurricane, and I ran right into the shower, and that was kind of embarrassing. So see, there you go. You should have voted for Andrew Yang. Everybody should have, and there you go. But in essence, you did. Because Joe's in office, and now free stuff, $300 a month. That's just a start. I do agree. I think that's going to be just a start with that as well. And they want to keep this thing going, as opposed to lowering your taxes and making it more affordable to be able to raise your kids. Man, daycare. It's just out of control. That's why there are a lot of people, men and women, who will be interviewing for jobs with companies to actually provide daycare. Now it's a competitive issue. And I think that's perfectly fine to have it a competitive issue in the private sector. So now you understand what's happening. And you need to have a kid if you want to get $3,600. But just this 1 year so far. All right, so now we understand it, and I've put the sock puppets into the laundry, where they'll have their mouths washed forever.
So tell my friend Steve, go home and make another kid and quit your job. Don't work 70 hours a week doing carpentry.
You're not. If these things start if the payments start in July, you might as well not bother. Here we're in the third month, 9 months. Why bother, right? So if you do that now, you're going to have a baby in what, December? Late December?
Maybe you adopt the baby.
June, July, August. I'm really doing this out loud. September, October, November, December. That's 8, and then January. So maybe like January. So you're not going to get the money anyway.
What if you grab one that's already done? Already done cooking.
Then you're going to go to jail, Randy.
No.
Then you're going to go to jail. You mean legally adopt a child? Yeah. Legal adoption. Well, after the months and months and months of going through all the bureaucracy and the red tape, I know you're trying to work this thing. It's not going to work out for you. Even if you have a car that you love and you call it your baby, you're still not getting the money. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.